Ever seen those old family photos?
Mom and dad, beaming with pride, standing in front of their first home. They were probably in their mid-20s. Now look at your own situation. If you're under 40 and still renting, you're not alone. What happened to the American dream of homeownership? Did we just get lazy, or did the game change completely? The stark reality is, your parents bought their house at 25. You'll probably rent until you're 40. Today, we're diving deep into the housing trap and why owning a home feels more like a fantasy than a goal for millions. Let's start with a trip back in time. For our parents' and grandparents' generations, the path was clear: get a job, get married, buy a house. It was a cornerstone of building a life and accumulating wealth. A house wasn't just a place to live. It was a symbol of stability and success. Now let's fast forward to today. The picture is, well, it's a bit bleak. According to Federal Reserve data, the median home price in the US has skyrocketed to over $400,000. Meanwhile, the median household income is around $75,000. Do the math. That's a ratio of over 5.3. In many major cities, it's far, far worse. It's not that wages haven't grown. It's that they haven't come close to keeping pace with the explosion in housing costs. You're not imagining it. The ladder to homeownership has had most of its rungs sawed off. So who or what is to blame? It's not one single villain, but a perfect storm of factors. First, let's talk about the big players, investment funds. After the 2008 housing crash, Wall Street saw an opportunity. Huge private equity firms and investment funds started buying up single-family homes by the thousands, not to live in, but to rent out. They swoop into neighborhoods, often paying in cash, outbidding regular families trying to buy their first home. This creates artificial scarcity and drives up prices for everyone. You're not just competing with other couples. You're competing with a faceless corporation that has virtually unlimited funds. It's like bringing a knife to a bazooka fight. Then there's the simple, brutal law of supply and demand. For decades, the United States has not been building enough new homes, especially affordable starter homes. Following the 2008 crash, home construction fell off a cliff and never fully recovered. We have a multi-million unit housing shortage in this country. When you have more and more people chasing fewer and fewer homes, prices have nowhere to go but up. Builders often prefer to construct luxury homes because the profit margins are higher, leaving first-time buyers with very few options. And we can't forget the elephant in the room. Inflation. Over the past few years, we've all felt the pinch. The cost of everything has gone up, from groceries to gas. But this also affects the cost of building a house. Lumber, steel, labor, it's all more expensive. On top of that, when the Federal Reserve raised interest rates to combat inflation, it made getting a mortgage significantly more expensive. So even if you find a house you can technically afford, the monthly payment, thanks to a 7% mortgage rate instead of a 3% rate, can be hundreds if not thousands of dollars higher. It's a double whammy. This financial pressure pushes more and more people into the rental market. But that's no paradise either. With so many people unable to buy, the demand for rentals has surged. And what happens when demand surges? Prices go up. Zillow data shows that the average rent in the US has climbed dramatically. Many people are now rent-burdened, meaning they spend more than 30% of their income just on rent. Here's a staggering statistic. In many major cities, a person earning the median income can't afford the median-priced one-bedroom apartment. Think about that. You can have a decent, full-time job and still struggle to afford a basic place to live. It traps you in a cycle where you're paying so much in rent that saving up for a down payment becomes an impossible dream. Every month you're paying your landlord's mortgage instead of your own. So, is the dream dead? Maybe the old version of it is. But humans are resilient and creative. And the future of housing might look very different from our parents' suburban dream. We're already seeing new trends emerge out of necessity. One of these is co-living. And I don't just mean having a roommate in your 20s. We're talking about intentionally designed communities, where people have their own private bedrooms and bathrooms but share large, beautifully designed common areas like kitchens, lounges, and workspaces. It offers a sense of community, affordability, and access to amenities you couldn't afford on your own. It's a shift from prioritizing private space to prioritizing shared experiences and community connection. Another major shift is the normalization of a renting culture. In many European countries like Germany, renting for life is the norm, not a sign of failure. There are stronger tenant protections and a mindset that a home is a place to live, not just a financial asset. We may be slowly moving in that direction in the US, where the flexibility and freedom of renting, the ability to move for a job or a new experience without the hassle of selling a house, becomes more valued. And, of course, there's the rise of the digital nomad. The pandemic proved that many jobs can be done from anywhere with a good internet connection. This is decoupling work from location. Why pay exorbitant rent in a major city when you can do the same job from a more affordable town or even another country? This trend could eventually ease pressure on the most expensive housing markets as people spread out. People are prioritizing lifestyle and experiences over being tied down to a single, expensive property. The traditional American dream of a single-family home with a white picket fence, bought at 25, was a product of a specific economic time. That time has passed. It's frustrating, and it's okay to mourn the loss of that expected life path. But the future isn't necessarily worse, just different. The new dream might be about flexibility, community, and financial freedom, rather than just property ownership. It's about defining success on our own terms, not the terms set by previous generations. The housing trap is real, but by understanding it and exploring new ways of living, we might just find our own version of the American dream. What do you think? Is homeownership still your ultimate goal, or are you embracing a different path? Let me know your thoughts and stories in the comments below. It's a conversation we all need to be having. Thanks so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the issues that shape our world. See you in the next one.